I always say this line, the next generation should be better than us. They should be better than us. So how can they be better than us? You tell them everything you know. That's how I think. My name is Ryan Cayabyab. I'm a musician.
Our very own national artist for music, Mr. Ryan Cayabyab.
Mr. C! Mr. C!
Knowing Mr. C, lahat ng songs niya, kilalang kilala and hanggang ngayon kinakanta.
Isa lang kami sa napakaraming na-inspire at natulungan talaga for his whole career.
Wala pong Bini kung walang Mr. C.
I am nothing without our national artist for music, Ryan Cayabyab.
I've been a musician for over 4 decades. And this is how it began. My mother was an opera singer. She was a faculty member of the College of Music at the University of the Philippines in Diliman. And we had 10 lady boarders and they were all taking music. So in our house, every minute somebody's playing the piano, playing the flute, or studying music or singing. So it's a very musical household. Music was all around me. I cannot escape that, nor could my siblings. So we loved music. And like most children before, we all were enrolled to take up piano when we were 4 years old. So I was playing piano when I was 4 years old. But then she died when I was 6 years old. And before she died, my mom specifically said, do not take music as a career. Now looking back, I understand why. She knew how difficult the life is for a musician. So, no music. Nobody's gonna take music as a career. In 1963, I discovered a box. Parang balikbayan box. Brown box. And it was filled with piano books na iniwan ng mga boarders. And I looked at it isa-isa. Sa kakagawa ko noon, I learned how to play piano by myself until I could play Bach, Beethoven, all the other simple sonatas I could play. I had a facility to sight read. If I'm given a piece on sight, I'd read it, I'd play it. So I kept getting better and eventually I got to college. I wanted to go to a music store and find a job as a pianist in the music store because I was so confident I could play anything that they put in front of me. So then I go to the sales clerk. Ma'am, kailangan nyo ba ng demonstrator dito ng piano? Baka gusto nyo akong i-hire. Ang kapalan ko. Sagot sa akin ng sales clerk, ay wala kaming ganyang vacancy dito. Ganun po ba? Okay lang ba ho ako dito magtambay kasi gusto kong basahin lahat ng piyesa? Sabi nila, sige. But in my head, I did that because I was thinking somebody was going to discover me. Ano ba, discover? Alam niyo, wala pang isang linggo, somebody discovered me. It was my cousin. Sabi niya, alam mo, mag-audition ka dun sa isang choir sa Makati. To make the long story short, the president of that choir said, she likes you, so we're hiring you. I was hired. So can you imagine that? For the first 2 years of my college, business ad, but I was playing music on the side. Later on, I got a chance to train with the Philippine Madrigal Singers. It was for a production called Best of Broadway, and the star happened to be Victor Laurel. During that time, he was this big matinee idol, and we got along fine. He liked the way I played, and then he started inviting me to their house parties. So I got to meet his father. His father was then Senator Salvador Laurel. One day, the father calls me in his office. Why are you taking up business administration? So I told him, well, this is the wish of my mom. And so he told me a story, an illustration of understanding your talent and what you can contribute to society. And so he said, when you wake up in the morning, you go to school, diba? What makes you happy is when you have clean and well-pressed shirt pants mabango kasi maganda yung pagkalaba, fresh socks. Sino yung gumagawa nun? Sabi ko, yung labandera po at saka yung nagpa-plancha. Iyan ang kontribusyon niya sa komunidad nyo. Pagdating mo na eskwelahan, papansin mo, ang ganda ng kapaligiran. Walang dumi yung floor. Walang chalk dust yung inyong desk. Maganda yung garden. Di ba napapaganda yung buhay nyo, yung pananaw nyo? At nakapag-aaral kayo? I was 18 and I was saying, I wonder what he's telling me. Hindi naman ako magiging labandera. No? Sabi ko gano'n. Sabi niya, gawain niya na magaling na janitor. Yun ang trabaho nila. Galingan nilang nila yung trabaho nila. Ang laki ng effect sa buong komunidad. So in short, what you were saying me, you're a good musician. I've seen you. I see you play the piano. You know what you need lang? You need to further your knowledge, your skill in the music, in your field. Tapos sabi ko, ayaw ng daddy ko. Sabi niya, all you need to do, whatever it is that your passion is, you have to learn everything about it. You have to try to be the authority in it. And you have to try to be the best in it. And if you do, yung kinatatakutan nyo na baka walang trabaho, lahat ng trabaho hahabulin ka because you are the best in the field. You are the authority in the field. Hindi ka mauubusan ng work. So, pag uwi mo mamayang gabi, sabihin mo sa tatay mo, yung family ni Senator and Mrs. Laurel are offering you a scholarship to any music school of your choice. Sabi nila. Full scholarship. Okay. Uwi ako ng gabi. Alas 12 na yun eh. Binuksan ng daddy yung sliding door. Dad, binibigyan ng scholarship ni Senator Laurel. Full scholarship sa music. Ilang taong ka na ba ngayon? So, 18 na po ako. Sabi niya ganun. Matanda ka na to, decide for yourself. Wow! Sabi ng daddy ko. So I shifted. And then, naging legitimate na music student ako. Now, everything else fell into my lap. I had a TV show. It was entitled Ryan Ryan Musikahan. I mean, who'd ever even think that I'd host my own television show? And they asked me, would you be interested? Me? Sabi ko, what? TV show? Sure, why not? Ganun na pala, sure, why not? I also had a group called Smoky Mountain, and it was such a big success. One of the biggest songs I ever wrote was for the Smoky Mountain group. You know this song? Imagine that was the very first time I ever wrote a piece of music that became such a big hit during that time. Bawat araw sinusundan, di ka naman tumitingin, anong aking dapat gawin. My lyrics too. Kailan mo ba mapapansin ang aking whatever, I can't remember. Kahit anong aking gawin, di mo pinapansin. Mostly, I was writing social commentary wrapped in candy wrappings kasi ang mouthpiece ko were kids. And so I had all these songs, medyo mabibigat na kanta, Still to Eat, I gotta still to eat kasi wala na akong makain. Yung mga ganong klaseng tema na not all the world is America. Yung mga ganong idea. Paraiso, help me make a stand. Paraiso, take me by the hand. Paraiso, make the world understand that if I can see a single bird, what a joy this tired and hungry land could expect some truth and hope and respect from the rest of the world. Yung mga ganyang kanta na mayroong mga I dreamed that one day our voice was will somehow fill the earth with joy forever. I dream that someday our wishes will somehow soon come true and last forever. I dream that one day our songs in some way, mga dreams, aspirations for our country, mga ganyan. Pero ang nag-hit ay, kailan mo ba mapapansin ang aking lihim? Ganon ang nag-hit. So, wala kang magagawa, yun ang gusto ng tao. At ang pinakamalaki ko pang hit ay hindi pa yung tungkol sa freedom. Freedom, 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 to be free. Mga ganyang, kung ano-anong mga mabibigat na tema, pero ang bumenta sa tao hanggang ngayon. The coconut nut is a giant nut. If you eat too much, you get very fat. Now the coconut nut is a big, big nut, but this delicious nut is not a nut. Oh! Wala, ganun talaga. Yan ang gusto ng tao. Yan ang bumenta. The coconut nut. I'll tell you why it's so important, Filipino music is. Did you know that every time I go to a fiesta, anywhere around the world, celebration, gathering, whatever, pagka nagpatugtog na sila, nagkakantahan na sila, it makes that community feel that they are home, that they belong. Music has that quality to make the people feel that they're at home, which is why we have so many folk songs. And when you hear the folk songs and you remember your hometown, it's a good feeling. Music has that quality. Music connects people to each other and it connects people home.
Bravo!
Yeah. Have a fun by you.
When you left the Philippines, you were the star on the making. Now, how do you feel that you've come back as the big star that you are? How do you feel about this status?
Well, it's something I thought would never happen to me, but it did.
You're now owned by the world, not only by Filipinos, no? So, does that change your feeling for the country?
Oh, no. Yeah, of course, you don't lose your being Filipino. It stays with you.
We export, and the world knows, singers, but they don't know our songs. Kumbaga, we're known for the hardware. We're not known for the software. We have to start really loving what we write, how we write, and promote it muna sa ating community. It's a matter of recognizing what is there already. And what is there already is number one, there's so much talent in the Philippines. No one is harnessing them as a whole. Meaning not just the singers, but the whole of Filipino music. It's like when this American businessman told me, this is a natural treasure. You don't have to make hukay in the mountains for your minerals or your gold, etc. This is gold right under your noses. And all you need to do is harness them. And he said, you know, Filipinos, their learning curve for music, if you train them 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, the K-pop Koreans takes them 1, 2 years na dyan lang kayo, hindi kayo aalis. We will train you until we have made you the best. Filipinos, singing, turuan mo lang ng konting ganyan, kakanta na, pwedeng-pwede na, magaling na. So let's recognize that. And you know, I think we're starting to, whenever I open the radio, ang daming local songs. Tuwang-tuwa ako kasi young sound, young singers, new songs. I will always support Filipino songs.
Legendary musician and composer Maestro Ryan Cayabyab received the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award, adding another title under his belt after being named National Artist for Music in December last year. Cayabyab has served as a mentor to generations of artists and musicians as he continues to share the gift of music. For Cayabyab, music is meant to bring people together, and through his work, he has done exactly that.
the most natural thing to do is give out what was given to you freely. Give it out freely too. I'm happy to do it. I'm gonna give what I know. If I was given to me freely, I'll give it to you freely. They once asked, why are you teaching all your secrets? Eh di, pagkaalam na nila, matatalo ka nila. That's the point. Ano ba? Mas maraming tao may alam nung alam ko, mas mag-move forward tayo. That's how simple I think. I will tell it to anybody. My life is very different from yours. Iba yung pinanggalingan mo, iba yung nangyari sa'yo. So even if I tell you everything I know, you still process it differently from this person, from that person, and that person. Maybe you'll be successful as I am, maybe better than I am, but that's the whole point. I'm gonna tell you how to make it good. Bahala ka kung paano mo gagawin yun. I always say this line, the next generation should be better than us. They should be better than us. So how can they be better than us? You tell them everything you know. That's how I think.